Nice nice sign for the deck list. Looks like their main deck was the same. And I had shown the sideboard yesterday, missing a few sideboard cards. It looks like they put Orcish Bowmaster in there, from what I can tell. I decided I want to play some subtleties for the Titan matchup specifically. You can also bring in subtlety against some endurance decks. I'm not sure how often I'll be doing that, but sometimes. But they just trophied with like the same 60 at least, and I'm excited to play this deck. This is one that we were doing really well with for a little bit back when Preordain got unbanned. I think a very, very streamlined, exciting list, but one that was so bad against like the main deck Dothy Voidwalker format, which I don't think we're currently going to run into that often. Moxfield seems to be not working at the moment, so I'll upload the deck list a little bit. Is this Yellow Hat deck? This is a deck that I mean, a lot of people have played Goryos builds, right? It's not like anybody invented them. But this is a list I built like 5 or 6 months ago, and I was like unplayable in Scam metagame, I think, or not a good choice in Scam metagame. Hopefully this is a Ragavan. Okay. I'll take that too. Maybe better to get like Godless Shrine into Island here. Don't forget to discount. Yeah, this is definitely my mind always discards the Atraxa ahead of time. I kind of kept a one-lander. Yeah, there's a good chance this deck is just kind of busted. These are the real kind of decks that Scam was keeping in check, I think. It'd be fun to play this in a paper RCQ. I think I have all the cards. Maybe I only have 3 Atraxas. Okay, I'm going to take Grief, obviously, as the creature. Take Watery Grave. And then I think another Force of Negation as the instant. And this deck, was there a Preordain in there? No, there wasn't. This deck, you're not going to hit that many cards off your Atraxa compared to some other builds. But you're totally okay just like hitting 3 or 4 cards, Ephemerate hitting 3 or 4 more cards. Your hand is full. You have an insane amount of selection. Not really much to worry about. Okay. Probably taking... Okay. A concession from our opponent. Didn't find a Solitude. That's okay, though. You also have to do them really... Like all of my opponent's graveyard hate is going to be artifact-based. So, like, not only does Stony Silence turn off all of their, like, other shenanigans, but... It's just gonna turn off their graveyard hate too, I would imagine. Probably gonna play Pendings over Teferis. So my opponent's deck, they stole it from me. They took it from me. They said they did. And they did trophy though. Cage. That's true. They could have Cage. Like I don't know that Cage is like that likely, but maybe they'll have it. We'll have a couple pendings, I guess. What do you about Leyline? You have Teferi for Leyline. You also have a Celestial Purge, I guess. Goldfish, thanks for the raid. Hope you're doing well, Seth. We're playing some Esper Goryos for the first time in a long time. A deck that I think is like really, really powerful, but was so bad against Scam. Kind of got unbanned. Just like, you know, the main deck Dothy Voidwalker format. So we have the option of exiling the NT or slamming Stony Silence. Stopping the cookbook stuff seems pretty nice. I think I mostly just want to slam the Stony and think I can get plains this turn and go island next turn. Loot away Atraxa. Welcome everybody. What was Seth playing today? I'm glad to see people playing the NT Asmo deck. Unclear at the moment if there's like they are splashing black. I was playing like one Blood Crypt for Oval Chase. Some people were splashing black for cards like Bowmaster. Some people playing Stalker. Bowmaster is really good here. So I guess I'm probably gonna pending the Bowmaster and oh wow, what a start. Okay, so if I draw Goryos, can we tank a hit even? It may not even be doable. I think I just have to do this. White Tainted over Faithful. Well, we have a split, right? We have a 4-3 split in favor of Tainted Indulgence. Being blue and black and pitching to Grief, it's mostly a black card count thing. Okay, so I guess I keep both of these. And I Solitude the Atraxa, or the NT. I guess I do it now. Before they can like draw a Street Wraith or something. And then we draw the Atraxa to loot away to the Indulgence. But yeah, we need more black cards for Grief than we needed white cards for Solitude. We're playing 12 pitch spells in this deck. The pitch spells are so nice with Atraxa. And obviously the Ephemerate plan of Ephemerating Atraxa after you Goryos it overlaps with the Ephemerate your stupid incarnations. So Atraxa is pitches to everything. And then you have an even 13 white cards, 13 black cards, plus 4 here, so 17. 17 of black and white for your pitch color counts with the split. Mono blue Enigma Jewel with Mindslaver Urza. Oh, cool. I was playing something very similar last week or the week before. Was it playing Upheaval? Or was it playing Tron? I guess I did both. Enigma Jewel is so sick. It's been like one of my favorites. Okay, so we're down to 9. My opponent has 8 power in play. So let's play Archaeologist, plan to chump block with it, and hope to find a Goryos. Can also, we have a lot of looks. We have this hit, obviously. I'll take the Preordain, I guess. We have the potentially of the Mending next turn. Let's play Upheaval. Yeah, that may have been my list. I don't know. Interesting as Remnant feels pretty scammy, but less oppressive than Scam. I think it's weaker than Scam. Well, yeah, I mean, the deck is definitely a lot weaker. Like, this deck is, like, very weak to Graveyard Hate and, you know, can struggle against counterspells. Just doesn't have a lot of doesn't have, the Rakdos game just had so few weaknesses and was a very difficult deck to attack. Okay, game 3 on the, or game 2, yeah, game 3 on the play. Game 1 was, pretty short, I guess. Do I want to bring in the Purges? Purge could be better than Pending. I guess Pending gets Asmo for 1 mana. Let's keep the Pendings in. They can answer like the Graveyard. They can answer Cookbook and stuff too. Do you think Archaeologist is a better pick than Picklock Prankster? I'd have to read I mean, Archaeologist is nuts. I'd be surprised if I read Prankster and felt like it was better than Archaeologist, but I'm down to read it. Just you see so many cards with Archaeologist. That's the mill 4. That's the mill 4 instant sorcerer. Yeah, Archaeologist is an ETB effect that you can ephemerate, which makes it a lot better, I think. Like when you have Ephemerate plus Archaeologist, it's like you just have dig through time. So Stony Silence does shut off Ragavan surprisingly well. I think I am pretty locked into getting 2 duels here. I probably have enough salt. I mean, like, there's almost no card they can hit with this Ragavan that I even really care about. Archaeologist can't be ephemerated. I swear I've ephemerated that card a bunch. I wouldn't lie to you. Yeah, I think we take this hit. We just need the treasures turned off. I think there's like they can cast Archaeologist. No, they can't even cast it because they won't have blue mana. I guess they can find Grief. They can like evoke Grief. That could be something that happens. I think it's Stony Silence. No Saga's nice. There's Archaeologist. Blocks the Ragavan. I think I'm going to play the Archaeologist here. Don't think I need to... I could probably take 3 from this Asmo. Pretty comfy. And I think I'm going to take Goryo's over Pending, despite Pending kind of stabilizing the board. I have creature removal in my hand, and... You know. This is what the deck's named after. Probably fine to take it. Gleaming Geardrake. Let me read that one. No card with that name found. Have I been had, or is this just not... It's just a new card that's not in the database, maybe? It really sounds like a... Or is this a new spoiled card? Oh. Gleaming Gala. Okay. This is a spoiler. Stop me from struggling. Thank you for the help. 2 mana 1/1 artifact creature ETB investigate. Whenever you sack an artifact, put a counter on it. Yeah, that card's super hot. Yeah, let's Solitude the Asmo. I think Asmo. Like, what is Ragavan hit Grief? I think my life total matters more, and I have like more Archaeologists to block Ragavan. This card is sick. I like this card a lot. I will definitely play a lot of it. Guess yeah, main phase I could scam something here, so I think it's fine. Obviously I'm discarding Atraxa. I'm unable to scam something. I mean I could scam Grief, but I want to keep my Goryos. So yeah, I think I put back Grief or pitch Grief and then plan to like find a white card Solitude scam or Flashback Mending if they like can take this somehow. Clue Asmo. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, return this from your graveyard to your hand. It's 4 mana. I guess so. I mean, clues just are so much mana intensive to sack. Just seems so much worse than Oval Chase for like loops. Okay, I'm not sure if there's really anything they can have. Hopefully right now is not is not when we find out what they can have. You want to leave up 2 white mana so you could maybe ephemerate 2 things here. Oh, if they have a Clue Asmo. I don't know, not in Modern at least. So another ephemerate, Grief. Nice. I don't know. This doesn't seem like a Cat Oven stuff. Yeah, there's a lot you can put that stuff in. It's like it seems like a good Modern and Pioneer card. I genuinely love that card. You can protect it's if you have a Bauble, you can protect it from a Bowmaster pretty easy. I think the card's so cool. Yeah, I can Soul Artifact it. Isn't Boros Convoke playable in Standard with new Inspector? Maybe. I know. I guess I've been. I did stream Standard yesterday, but I don't have strong opinions yet. Plans on coming back to brew Bant turns. No, you lost Beanstalk. That was like the exciting card for the deck. I played Bant turns with like Archaeologist before and Ephemerate, actually. Return into the Ephemerate, Eat Wiz, Tyworm combo. Yeah, I mean, those decks are like a lot better without Fury in the format, and like you have more reason to be those decks without being in the format. Like it was just so tough to like be playing out walls and stuff, and like your opponent was just eventually going to grief scam and clear your board. Alright, gonna go cast an Indulgence. Maybe we'll loot the Mending away. Seems fine. We cast another one main phase. I think I'll be able to like obviously keep my white source, but also hardcast Grief. So I'll just like not be able to hardcast Atraxa this game, and that's probably fine. Here's hoping MKM has a Demi-Lich Enabler. I mean, I kind of don't think it's smart to print a good Demi-Lich Enabler because that just is. What's a Demi-Lich Enabler? It's a 0 mana spell. Definitely taking Ephemerate. I think I don't cast the Preordain yet. I want to be able. It's kind of weird because I want to fetch for a planes to cast the Ephemerate, but I don't want them to like kill my Archaeologist in response to the fetch, and maybe I'll end up forcing like Expressive Iteration on their turn. All right, we'll see if they have a counterspell here or another removal spell. Gonna go for it. Don't really think that they're gonna do this without having something, but I think my hand is kind of forced. Four cards in their hand. So we're going to get Bowmastered. Zero mana, draw a card, discard a card. Yeah, that's like one of the best possible mana cards, maybe. Okay, so let's keep Atraxa on top. I don't know. It would be. I think 0 mana, draw a card, discard a card would be the best card in Modern immediately. I think it would go from being not a card in the format yet to the best card in the format. I kind of think I should Mending in response to this Ragavan trigger, because if they hit Force of Negation off of it, I'm like kind of upset. Okay, so discard Atraxa. I guess I have to discard Solitude. I need the Ephemerate for the Atraxa, and then I may need to like Force of Negation to protect my Goryos. It would not be good at AF. It would be niche good. It would be the best card in Modern, and it wouldn't be even that close. So they find Teferi, which means if they have a counterspell, they're going to get to protect their thing. Repentis with the Twitch Prime. Thank you. Welcome back. I think it would like legit be not close that card's the best card in the format. Different card. I see. Oh, 0 mana, discard a card. Yeah, I agree that card would be kind of whatever. Yeah, 0 mana sorcery draw card would be niche playable. They just minus. That's what always happens during theoretical card conversations. People get caught in the crossfire. Okay, well, this is in play. That's good news. Trigger resolved. That's good news. Let's take Solitude, Preordain, Godless Shrine, Faithful Mending. I think I like Mending because it pitches to Solitude. Obviously, them hitting this Teferi is like potentially really obnoxious. Okay, Teferi down, 7 life gained, big. Target Atraxa. You didn't counter anything earlier. This deck is broken, I think. Okay, let's take Grief, Ephemerate, land. Don't have any black cards, but could cast this Preordain. Could trigger the Bowmaster if I do. I guess it doesn't really matter very much, so. If Murktide benefit from bannings. I mean, Murktide was like the card up the Beanstalk was so ridiculously good against Murktide. Like it was incredibly difficult to win a game if your opponent like could resolve beat on turn 2, and it's obviously difficult to like put pressure down and hold with counters. Sometimes you like can't play Ragavan because there's up the Beanstalk. Murktide was also like not favored against Rakdos, despite like I think most Murktide players copium. Like I think that the matchup used to be slightly favored for Murktide, and then they printed Bowmasters, and it's now like it was then slightly favored for Rakdos. So yeah, definitely a win. They have 2 Unholy Heats. Keck W. No Delirium either. Is there anything particular about the Fury Band that benefits this deck? Yeah, I mean, of course. Like, it's mostly that the best deck, the most popular deck in the format, was main decking 4 copies of Dothi Voidwalker. Blood Moon is like like it was just the best deck in the format, main deck for Dothi Voidwalker. And now that deck is like broken apart. People aren't playing it very much. There's like not a clear way forward for that deck that people are agreeing on. There's just not a bunch of main deck Dothi Voidwalkers in the format. Okay, let's update the Mux field. Thank you, Magical. I think I'm just doing nothing. Don't even rebound on the Atraxa, just attack twice. We know the last card's Unholy Heat. Like, I thought this deck was powerful, consistent, fast, difficult to interact with, but the best deck in the format just plays 4 Dothi Voidwalkers, which is why I just haven't been playing it. And this is also why, like, you see, like, historically other builds of Goryos being, like, much more of a mid-range deck, and this is, like, it's just so hard to, like, be more in on the plan like this is. But now you can be really in on the plan. Okay, we are on the draw here against Grixis. This may I think that they're probably a Dothi Voidwalker deck. Let's bring in Purges and Pendings, which can deal with, these can both deal with Voidwalker. This can deal with Leyline, and these can deal with, like, artifact-based Graveyard Hate. It seems like a good plan. I also don't know that they're playing they're playing blue. They probably have some counter magic. I think I'm going to play, like, just 1 Force of Negation, though. Maybe trim a Teferi on the draw. Would I say to a 1 of Sauron's Ransom? So if you add a black card, like if you were going to play a Ransom over a Teferi, you would play 1 more Mending over Indulgence to keep the white card and black card count the same. Sauron's Ransom is also like mid as hell. I'd probably just rather play Teferi. I've never really been like, yes, I'm a Sauron's Ransom deck. My deck is so good. I get to play Sauron's Ransom. Card is okay. It is, like, very borderline playable, just like this hand. But it also keeps 7. Looks like stock Grixis Shadow. I mean, there's no Gigantha, so it's not stock Grixis Shadow. In a deck like this. Yeah, we played Shadow Prophecy in the past. Archaeologist is your card advantage spell. Archaeologist is so it's so good. It sees so many cards. You ephemerate, you look at the top 6, you bin Atraxa, you put Goryos into your hand. Art blocks Ragavan. Archaeologist is just it's 2 mana. It's not 3 mana. It is just so good. Is Palantir a card you consider playing the deck? Okay, decide to upkeep the Bowmasters. I'm not like a very big Palantir fan. I haven't really ever cast the card. I feel like I think for you to play Palantir, your mana curve has to be really high. I don't feel like our mana curve is high enough. I would just play like the third Teferi before I played like Sauron's Ransom or Palantir. Teferi is so good. Yeah, not gonna Indulgence in response and get pinged. Yeah, one of my good friends always says that I turned 360 degrees and walked away. Yeah. Being very, just I don't know. It's like I think it's referencing something, but I'm not sure what. I thought I updated the Mox field. I can try to update it. Okay, so I have it in the Mox field. So me Xbox 360. Okay. I figured it was something. But he like always says it. Yeah, I think we're just gonna hardcast Grief, hardcast Solitude. Go from there. Hopefully not too slow. We have game 3 if it is. I'll be I think playing more Teferis on the play. Forces to Binding. Yeah, Force is just so good in this deck. It's just so good to like protect your Goryos and so good to like find off Atraxa. I'm really happy to have the 12 pitch cards. Binding is like it's like extra card types for Atraxa, but I think one big like fallacy a lot of these decks have fallen into is thinking that you really need to have a lot of card types for Atraxa. You just don't need to have a lot. They can't drown this. They can Stern Scolding it though. Like just like finding 3 or 4 cards, ephemerating, finding 3 or 4 more cards. You're gonna have a full hand. You're gonna see your top 20, found the best of them. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, still looking for a replacement for Fury in the Luchu deck. I was right, but yeah, things are like I was very nervous yesterday. It was going to be like crazy and non-functional, but it was pretty smooth yesterday. Taking 4 down to 6. They got 4 cards in their hand. So I guess we should probably main phase Solitude here. Play around another Scolding. Yeah, I've played Not of This World before to have or they're called Kindred cards now. As a hit that like protects it, but I ended up thinking it was not optimal. Because like they just kill it in response to the trigger most of the time, so it's hard to like dig for it. They should ban Fury, announce every announcement with how great yesterday was. Yeah, it feels like a long time ago they banned Fury, huh? A lifetime ago at this point. Alright, let's take this hit. It's like a little bit greedy against the Lightning Bolt deck, but we're an Ephemerate deck. And post board there maybe don't have Lightning Bolts. Okay, so hopefully we can find an Ephemerate off the Archaeologists and resolve it. They have a Scolding, maybe. Like they probably should have snapped it off if they had it. We miss on our first Archaeologist. Is there a need for 2 more Ephemerate effects like Essence Flux or Cloud Shift? No, I don't think so. So if we Preordain, we die to the we don't have another island to get. If we shock Preordain, we die to the Bowmaster. So let's go to game 3. Essence Flux and Cloud Chips are like the card quality is just so low. I haven't really felt like you wanted to play those cards. Okay, so we saw that they're on Hearse, so I think what I'm going to do is cut 2 Purges for 2 Stonies. Maybe 3 Stonies? Let's go to this Ragavan too. Let's do 2-2. There's a chance they don't have like that many Graveyard Hate post board. You should have 4-color matchup. I usually have liked that matchup, but it's been a little while since I played it, I guess. Binding in the board. You could play Binding in the board. I feel like I have like my bases pretty covered at the moment, and like so like one thing is like Preordain I think is very good in this deck. Binding and Preordain have some tension where like you want to Preordain on turn 1 and Binding really wants you to fetch a Triumph on turn 1. It's not like the biggest deal ever, but you know, there is tension there. Do you want any not dead after all? It doesn't help protect your Atraxas. Obviously, it lets you scam your stuff. I've been pretty happy with the list, y'all. You would play Essence Flux or Cloud Shift over the black scam cards. With no binding the board and no smart power ways to prepare to hate for post board, I have answers to every piece of graveyard hate you could play. For Leyline of the Void, I have Teferi Time Raveler. For Endurance, I have Teferi Time Raveler, Subtlety, Grief. Grief, I guess, hits most things too. For Artifact Based Graveyard Hate, I have Stony Silence. For Rest in Peace, I have Prismatic Ending. For Leyline of the Void and Dothi Voidwalker, I have Celestial Purge / Prismatic Ending / Solitude. I feel that I have all of my bases covered with the deck's current construction. Okay, pick up just a Pending, but nice if they have Hearse, I guess. Do you lead on Indulgence? I think I just play the Bowmaster. Or so the Archaeologist. Like, I just have, like, a chance to, like, kill them next turn if I play Archaeologist. Any reason we aren't playing Esper Triumph deck to fetch turn 1? Yeah, because we have like 8 1-drops. I think that the Triumph, you just don't want tap lands in this deck. If you want, you could cut the breeding pool for it, but I don't think it's worth. Okay, so I think I Ephemerate the Archaeologist. Maybe I could Indulgence, bait them to play Bowmaster. If they do have Bowmaster, I have Solitude, Ephemerate, Scam available. Yeah, playing Indulgence seems good. Because like I could just Solitude, Ephemerate, then rebound here. Okay, now let's respond with Indulgence and Ephemerate. I think I want another white source. Every time I play Pending, I'm less of it. I mean, we just have sideboard copies to answer, like Voidwalker / Rest in Peace. Cards like this. Just, I agree that Pending's been worse lately, but I think it's a card that I feel like you want a couple copies of for sure. Elvish Rumor too slow in the Titan matchup. Yeah, you're not really planning to get to 5 mana and cast 5 drops in this deck. We have Subtlety for the Titan matchup. And it's nice if it stops like their Endurances and stops their Titans. Alright, Goryos. Stony Silence, which I guess we accept. Since we put it in the deck. Although I think I'll probably just cast a Grief here. Uh-oh. Just milled all my other fetchables. I have no fetchables left? Oh, I have planes. I have basic planes. Okay. Because, like, if I can't hardcast this Solitude shit is, like, much worse. I think I'll take the Heat. I have Solitude for the Murktide. Gonna try to play around the Scolding. Like, if they tap out for Murktide, they won't have Scolding up, probably. They did draw a land. Gonna hold up their Scolding and Bowmaster. Nice to know their exact hand, of course. So let's attack with the Grief first, I think. I think there's a very good chance they use the Bowmaster to trade for the Grief. And I think we want them to do that sort of Teferis a bit better. So Pending Channeler. My opponent does have Delirium if they crack their fetch land, so I think that I'll play around top deck on Holy Heat by bouncing the Archaeologist. I have an answer for the Murktide that they're probably going to play next turn, so seems fine. Their hand is Murktide, 2 Extern Scoldings, mystery card. That's the mystery card. Twenty-four cards deep, no Goryos yet. They decide to not play their Murktide Regent. They looked at the top of my library too. I guess this. Chapter 2-2. Yeah, I wanted to play this deck. I don't know. I like being free from the whole like feeling like I have to finish a league thing. We should probably be able to find our basic plans off this. If I think the stream is just better if I could switch decks whenever I want and not have to feel like I have to finish a league when I'm not that interested in finishing it, or if I want to play something else. Advantage of this deck versus Living End, I guess. Do you want Bowmasters? I feel like you don't want like generically good cards. Like Bowmasters doesn't like. The only thing it does is answer opposing Bowmasters. You already have Solitude. You already have like just go over the top with Atraxa. I think that you want to be a more like all in build, if that makes sense. Yeah. New Footfalls art. Pretty cool. Speaking of Living End, this deck is also kind of good against Living End, I think. Like, just getting Atraxa in the yard is kind of tough for them. I do think that we're still kind of in this era. My opponent says, oopsie. What did they pitch? Another Grief. Did they mean to scam this? I think we're kind of in the era where people have this attitude, oh, you're a black deck, you gotta put Bowmasters in there. Oh, this is the oopsie. I didn't keep a hand with lands. I kept a hand with 2 Street Wraiths. What could go wrong? Oops. Ephemerate is just so good with Archaeologist. It's like, it's not fair. I guess I play around Force of Negation on the Ephemerate, because if they force it, I am kind of not doing anything. Probably fine decision. Not really. Like, they play like 15 lands. They're not really favored to hit one. Assuming that they're Living End. Alright, so we find a Goryos. Let's go ahead and take that over the Preordain. And hopefully we can just mill an Atraxa off the next ETB trigger. So we didn't mill an Atraxa, so I guess we're going to hardcast a Grief. Archaeologist now 1-1 and ready to get in the red zone. Think they're only castable? Yeah, I think I have to take that. Maybe it's better to hardcast Solitude because they're gonna have a hard time racing it, but also seems fine to go for the Goryos. I'm gonna play around top deck Force of Negation also. Goryos on their end of turn. But it says I was a greedy boy. No judgment. Okay. So we're gonna bring in the extra fun Ravelers. Try to ravel their fun. Subtlety for their endurances seems pretty good. Do I want 4? I don't know. I feel like I want like no Solitudes potentially, or like no more than 2 Solitudes. Yeah, Breeding Pool is just a cast Atraxa. It comes up more often than you think. Like, we didn't have it in the first draft, and then it ended up feeling like it was correct to have it. This is where we're taking Oliphant's Good Line, so it's hard to hit Lantern 3. I mean, they have 2 Oliphants. So I don't think so. If they had 1, sure. It was definitely take Force, I think. Yeah, Emrakul's mostly for mill. Was the point just AFK? No, they kept a 0 land double Street Wraith hand, hoping they would find a land, and they didn't. My opinion, Solitude is probably better than Joel than Grief. No, I think Grief is so important in this matchup. Like, being able to grief their endurances and their like interaction, and also like their plan is way more important. Solitude's like really slow and reactive, and just like trying to clean up their board with Solitude isn't that good of a plan. Especially when you can just have an Atraxa in the yard, and like Vigilant Lifelinker 7/7 is like kind of tough for them to beat without any help. With 8 lands in the deck, it seems hard to cast Atraxa if we mill discard 2 lands. Yeah, I've cast it before. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have cast it before, but that will happen sometimes. You don't have to play the Breeding Pool, but it's come up. Could play one more fetchable maybe. Yeah, Archaeologist is pretty good against them. Teferi's maybe on the draw a little too slow, but I'm going to keep my opponent's on the mold to at least 6. Not keeping a 7-card 0-lander at least. Why no Archon? Archon cannot be returned by Goryo's Vengeance. That'll be $5 a month for the rest of your life. Thank you, Preordain. Shout out to Consider. I like this version for Binding. I think this version's better or like, I don't know. Binding is a good card. It's nice to have an extra type for Atraxa. Has tension with Preordain. Has tension with like your number of like black cards for Atraxa or whatever. Yeah, I think I want to like upkeep Indulgence. If they have Dispute, they may dispute this because they're scared of like Atraxa going to the yard and I can untap into Teferi. And I may just discard Archaeologist, and like if they do Living End, I can try to like use this to set up an Atraxa. Could also find Force of Negation. Could also put Griselbrand in the yard. The other one, right? Sphinx's Revelation doesn't seem good. Yeah, what is? Yeah, someone said Sphinx's Revelation on a stick earlier. What does that mean? Be funny if they have Subtlety for my Teferi and I just get the Subtlety back. Yeah, let's take a look at the card. Is Lorne Reveal too heavy? I mean, you don't need it. I think I'd rather just play fetch lands and have all my lands untapped, but we are doing really good on blue cards. We have 17 each white and black, but on blue we have like 25. All right, let's play another Teferi. They probably have a Violent Outburst, and they're trying to decide, can I beat this Griselbrand? the answer is like, just no, I'm going to bounce the Oliphant, and then they'll be way behind. Yeah, we're going to play Limitless for sure, Z's. Okay. X. Okay, sack a clue, draw X cards, gain X life. Now that's a Agatha's Soul Cauldron ability, huh? ETB Investigate. Yeah, I agree, probably not very good. But cool, thank you for linking it. Isn't it nice of your opponent to like put the Griselbrand into play for you? You don't even have to sack it like you do with Goryos. I think drawing 7 now is probably correct. Get my other white source now. Now we're going back to Ravnica. And I for one will not complain about going back to Ravnica. Ravnica is cool. Didn't find a Solitude or Grief. I mean, I only have one Solitude in the deck. I was kind of looking for a Grief. Did the Otawara. Pitching a living. They're pitching a living end here. Should I ephemerate my Subtlety? No, I guess I'm not dead to Otawara because I have the ephemerate. Although I am dead if they like let me block first. And I block here. So I'll keep it up, I guess. We know their hand is Oliphant, 2 mystery cards. If they send both at me, we can think that they have Ephemerate and block the Curator, I guess. Or do they both get Trample? Oh, they both get Trample. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, we're still dead to Ephemerate. Okay, they're spinning both the Teferi instead. So let's block the Curator. Gain 7. Teferi down. If they Living End again, we can dig for a Force of Negation. Somewhat likely to find it, I guess. We'll get Subtlety and Archaeologist in play also. They have 1 card left in their deck. Did not find it. Not ideal. Yeah, they should be out of Living End, so I'll Subtlety this. Unless the 1 mystery card is another Living End. Yeah, they put it on the bottom. I guess we put this in our hand. Do I Ephemerate my Archaeologist? I think so. I guess how many Ephemerates do I have left? I have 1 in my hand here. Yeah, with the Atraxa ETB and these ETBs, it seems so hard to brick. Obviously, I want to mill over an Atraxa, which I'm pretty likely to do with the 6. Okay, there's at least another Ephemerate. Not hitting a Force of Negation there is pretty tough. Okay, there's a Force of Negation. So we still haven't milled over Atraxa. So I guess that I'm just Teferi, bounce Oliphant, chump block Curator, combo next, or Goryos on their instep. Did I find a Grief? Also no Griefs in like the top 42 cards. It's funny. Okay, discard fetch, Atraxa, Preordain, Archaeologist, Breeding Pool, I guess. Well, I guess Breeding Pool is maybe better than this. So did I mill any? Yeah, still have some more. I also have Griselbrand for the attack. I guess I could discard 1 of the blue cantrips. Oh, they're attacking me. I'm just gonna take. Take 4, right? Yeah, just take 4. They can't Violent Outburst because of Teferi. Because this let me attack for lethal in one go. Maybe they have another blocker or something. Sure. Can probably find a Teferi off this Atraxa trigger for lethal. Yeah, take Teferi, take Grief, Preordain, Force of Negation, get the Flooded Strand out of the deck. Alright, so 3-0. Ever Splice Goryos? I think I've spliced Goryos one time. Yeah, with this. Thank you, Preordain. Yeah, we can get a trophy prediction going. A little late, but we can get it going. Yeah, I did get the news that they banned Fury. I'm gonna get a drink too real quick. Hold on. It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike. What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike. Okay. Sorry about that. What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike. Perfect. Perfect cards on top. Think you even grief them here? Well, they built a 5. Yeah, I think you grief them here. We may be missing a blue card for Force. Yeah, this is kind of exactly it, like taking their... I guess you could force the Thoughtseize. You take the Thoughtseize. Take it from Ragavan. Playing the inferior Reanimator deck. Take Rag? No, I'm not gonna take. I'm just gonna take one hit from Ragavan and throw an Atraxa at them. Why would you take Ragavan? Take the Thoughtseize. Every time, take the Thoughtseize here. Actually, oh yeah, I guess you didn't watch us put Atraxa on top with the Preordain. Don't care if you have Bowmasters. Do not care. Do you have Reprieve? You don't have Reprieve, dude. It's active for a white mana. We do kind of have to find an Ephemerate. We get, 10 looks. Pretty favored. Ding, ding, ding. Ephemerate, Solitude, Fountain. Oh. So their graveyard hate is probably Leyline / Dothy Voidwalker. So we definitely want these purges. And then I think we bring in Teferi against the probable Leyline deck. I want the Force of Negations also, since they're a Persist deck, I think. I don't know if I care that much about their Persist plan. If we just leave in all of our Solitudes. Could maybe cut all of our Forces. Purge also gets their stuff. Probably what 1 or 2 Forces, but I think we can go down on the card. Why don't we also trim a Mending and trim a Preordain? I don't like to go less than 6 looters. Alright. Is Teferi good if they have Bowmasters? They're Leyline Binding decks we have to bring in. Or they're probably Quad Atraxas. They're probably a Leyline Binding deck, so you have to bring in Teferis. At least that's my usual strat. Okay, no leyline bind or no leyline. Did I say binding? Leyline of the void. Probably takes Goryos. Might I don't think you want to take Mending with the flashback. Yeah, it takes Goryos. Good draw, of course. Fountain. Bottom two non-lands. Shout out to Consider. Although, didn't find the land yet either. Playing against We're playing against a Rakdos Reanimator deck. Okay, I'm gonna go for Mending here. Shout out to Consider, I guess. It's always nice against like the possible Dothy deck to bin the graveyard, the Atraxa before like Leyline or Dothy come down. It does feel like we're gonna get Bowmastered. So maybe we find a Goryos. We also get to gain the 2 life back, so it's like pretty balanced that they're doing this. I think I'll put back the Teferi. It would be pretty nice to find like either a land or black card. Or maybe land and Archaeologist into black card. Didn't find a land. Let's just go Archaeologist into hopefully Goryos. You could have discarded Atraxa to the hand size. Yeah, I could have discarded 4 Atraxas as the hand size with the first hand. Oh, we might be getting Blood Mooned. They fetched a basic end of turn. Might be getting Blood Mooned. Double Bowmaster? Be weird. It is double Bowmaster? Okay, so let's draw Goryos or Solitude, I guess. Both would be great. Miss. Yeah, if I find Solitude, I'm still okay. Obviously, we're to cast Preordain into triple onboard Bowmaster. I've drawn the Goryos. What a rubbin'. Okay, game 3. Okay, on the draw, I feel like I went Force a little less. Alright, let's try this. Okay, on the play. Mulliganer 7. Keep our 6, put back Solitude. Opponent's also in a mold to 6. Mold to 5. Maybe digging for Leyline. We have the Purge. Molds to 4. Purge and Teferi, I guess. There's a Leyline. Would be nice to like obviously like save the Purges and bounce bounce the Teferi next turn. It's a little too greedy. Alright. Let's go to Plains. They may have boarded in Blood Moon. See if they have Bowmaster. They did mold to 4. Does have a Bowmaster. So I think I'll just plus. We see Teferi's always so weird against Bowmaster. Don't like that. Find a Force of Negation, not really very useful here. Not yet, at least. Maybe they'll like play Blood Moon over Voidwalker this turn or something. If their one mystery card is the second Bowmaster, we probably lose. Last card could be not a spell. Yeah, I think I should probably just purge the Voidwalker this turn. Oh yeah, we have a Teferi in exile. I don't really care if they cast a Teferi because I have Force. I would like actively want them to do that, I guess. Also bad to like grief if the last card's Archon. So obviously these looters are kind of locked into my hand until I draw Atraxa probably. We can hardcast Grief and Stabilize if we draw land. Archaeologist also stabilizes us. Ephemerate's a really good hit here potentially. You can also mill Atraxa. We do find the Ephemerate, which is nice. So I could Grief. I have a feeling the last card is like Archon or Persist. So let's not. Let's just hold up the Ephemerate. I kind of want both of my Ephemerate triggers to be on Archaeologist anyways. Just dig 6 for an Atraxa or Griselbrand. Seems like it could also be a land. I think the last card is a land, an Archon, or a... Oh, it's not. It's a spell. This was the top deck though. It was a land. Yeah, that was the top deck. So we do mill over Griselbrand. We don't. We get a counter on our Archaeologist. But now we lose our Goryos. Can't grief the top of the deck. Right on time with the grief. Another fun Raveler. Oh, but we drew Goryos for turn. Let's go. Yeah, I think hit the Atraxa. Obviously could brick on the Ephemerate here potentially. We did brick on Ephemerate. But it says rip it 5-0, GG. GG to you, opponent. You may concede now. You may concede. I'm playing Scam, but Archon Persist Pyromancer. Yeah, we saw. Okay. Already had a trophy prediction going. Played against the... I usually do keep these. Bloodstained Mire. It's pretty awkward if we get Thought Seized. Not getting Thought Seized. We already played against Grixis Shadow once this league. We did. Obviously we won. Flips it to Teferi. I think I probably don't Solitude. Like, drawing a white card is probably a good plan if they, and, like, scamming the Solitude is a good plan if they counter my Goryos. Main phase Seek the Beast, looking for a land, I guess. Finds it, puts a Death Shot in the graveyard, and then they reveal Blood Crypt Swamp. Okay. What does my shirt say? It says, "Give your heart to humanity," or whatever the Attack on Titan slogan is. Yeah, just draw a white card now. Solitude Ephemerate would be nice. I guess also... Okay, we did draw the white card. It's an Ephemerate, so obviously, like... it's so close. I'm stressing. Let's just go and pass for now. Like... There's a chance it's just better to Solitude main phase, Exile Channeler, which also kills Shadow, and then they just have the Ragavan. But Solitude plus Ephemerate is like a pretty good plan to make them. But obviously like losing both Ephemerates is a big problem. So I don't know. I think passing is the worst choice. I mean, I might still Solitude Ephemerate. Like if I'm going to Solitude Ephemerate, I want to pass. I think. Maybe that's not true. Why not do it on my turn? Can't you respond to Rebound by Goryo's thing? I guess I can, can't I? Huh? I haven't done that trick very often. That does work. You respond to the exile. Okay, so this worked out. This worked out so insanely well. This is as good as people always say Solitude is against Shadow. Passing was the worst choice. Yeah, I always forget about this trick. Oh, this is so dirty. I don't like this. Okay, I'm gonna take Grieve. Okay. Yeah, good move, chat. Good move. Yeah, that also might have been the best Solitude Ephemerate I've ever seen. Solitude should have been the one band, brother, I tell you what. There's no way I'm playing around it. I go bring in the Stonies. Usually they're all graveyard hate based artifact or graveyard hate artifact based graveyard hate. Teferi can be kind of weak against them on the draw. I think I want more on the play. I just want like Pendings on the draw. Could go down to Teferi. Maybe go down in a Bending. Then on the play will be up to Teferis, I think. I don't really like this hand very much. We do have Solitude Ephemerate, but no white source. We can probably Preordain for one. If my Preordain gets Thoughtseize, this hand kind of sucks. My opponent's on a mold of 6. Archaeologist is pretty great in this matchup. I'll keep it, I guess. It's just not a matchup you want to mulligan that aggressively in. Once on a mold of 5. Yeah, this is, finally, like, is deck broken in Modern is actually true. I need to borrow an Atraxa if I play this deck in an RCQ this weekend. I think I only have 3. Maybe I have 4. I need to dig. Uh-oh. That's bad. Put it mold to 5. I guess I probably should have already Solituded this, actually. Before they untapped. Shout out to consider. Shout out to consider. Kind of. Oh, they have another one? Okay, land. Okay. Listen, Solitude is good sometimes. Solitude sometimes is just him to track yourself. Making those shadows harder to cast. Just draw land and refill. They shock in Stomping Ground so fast. Shock in Watery Grave so fast. They're at 16, can't shadow. Giganta right into the hand. Land off the top for me. Wait, that wasn't in the script. Tainted Indulgence was not what the script said. Draw Bauble for turn. So they have 3 spells in their hand. One of them are one of them Giganta. Don't Bowmaster me. Oh, counter, sure. Okay, whatever. One step closer to Juicy J. Fetching is main phase. A vibe. What is this? Main phase cycle dress down. Okay. Weird. Alright, your turn. Yeah, I feel like they have a shadow, at least one shadow. Yeah, come on. It's just like we've had 8 looks at a land. It's okay, we have game 3. Yeah, my opponent mulled to 5. Discard Atraxa to hand size, I guess. Ragavan is exiling a land for sure. 100% exiles a land. I think I have no outs. Yeah, exiles a Flooded Strand. Okay, we can maybe see if they have any juicy sideboard cards. Okay, more drowns. Good to know they have all these, or have heat at post-board too, maybe. Okay, I don't think you need the pendings on the play. Just go up to 4 Teferis, I think. You can play only 2 Stonies against them, maybe, because it's hard to know how much graveyard hate they have. But obviously, like, you really have to shut down their graveyard hate. And it's usually like Hearst's Nile Spellbomb. Stone to be reach, maybe. I'm gonna mulligan this one. There's no Preordain. Keep this on 6. It's not very good. Put back 2nd Solitude, maybe. Or 4th land. I guess we put back 4th land. Yeah, heartbreaking, not trophy. So Teferi gets Thoughtseize. Plus 3rd in the challenge. Always so weird to like splash for a card like Questing Druid and only play 3. They took a Solitude? So weird. I guess they just have a good answer for Teferi. So why don't we just wait and play Grief next turn? Yeah, Breeding Pool is for... Yeah, pending / Hardcast Atraxa. We might Hardcast Atraxa this game. Feels like, of all the games we've played so far, weirdly likely. Oh, there's no graveyard hate? Yeah, I guess like maybe if I looked at this sooner, I don't have to bring in the Stonies. It's okay, like most decks are gonna have graveyard hate. Alright, let's cast a Grief. It's nice that they can't drown it. Wrong one. 2 drowns, 1 Unholy Heat. Just take the relevant card, I guess. Like, that makes sense. Could Solitude the Shadow now, but then if I Solitude the Shadow, they can drown the Grief. Already knew about the Blood Crypt. Like, I can take 6 one time. Can I? Yeah, I mean, if I just draw a land, I really want to be able to draw a land in Hardcast Solitude, I think. They're not holding up Drown. Holy shit, can we please punish them for this? Oh, I tapped really bad. So tilting. Definitely was not the right play, I think, on their part. Alright, so probably have to YOLO Indulgence into turn. Can't really Indulgence in response. So then it's just a Gigantha. I'm down to 5. Archaeologist is the best draw. Okay, now we can top deck Solitudes, I guess. Drew land for turn, so Solitude is like really the only out. I guess I could still Archaeologist into Goryos Atraxa. Do I want to not crack this fetch so that I could draw Mending, like specifically Mending into Goryos Atraxa? No, I can't even do that because Mending, I have to discard both cards I draw, and Indulgence is just a draw too. So I think it's right too. Fetch end of turn. All right, come on, Solitude. Tough. Okay, still pretty good 4-1. I think that's the game 2 keep was fine. You just usually keep one land Preordain hands on the draw. Just never found second land. Yeah, I don't think we weren't supposed to go to 5 here. That's what it is. Deck's very good though. I think there's a good chance I play it in whatever tournament I choose to play this weekend. I liked it. Don't know if I want to do another one of this. I think what I want to do next, I guess. What Indulgence just the Thoughtseize. I think I go to 1 or 0, right?